Hello, everyone. I want to give you guys a bit of an update here before the evening is over. I just got home, so it's time to continue some analysis. And even though the markets are not open, the futures are. So we could take a look at our chart and kind of do a bit of a recap on what this trading week gave us. So the SPY had a green candle. We gapped down at the open, but rallied throughout the week, and we actually had a substantial rally, which took us to I think about as high as like 608 on the SPY. But ultimately, this rally did close in the red. Now the futures are open right now. We're up about like what 30 basis points, but we did gap down. But we're up from there, and technology is loving it, and everything. I think crypto is also getting a nice little bid here as well. We could actually get a nice little rally, in my opinion, to maybe like 105 in Bitcoin. But that would also set us up for a major pullback again in Bitcoin, and maybe this is where the markets get a blow off top move, and then we have a much bigger pullback that will take us back down to the 560s or whatnot. But we'll see what happens. I took some profits here last week at the close on our SPY position. I may re-enter it if we gap down tomorrow and there's bearish news and people are just freaking out. I'm still looking for this move higher. We've been consolidating, we've been chopping around. This is the time to be long, right? I mean, if you just need to have tight stops along the way because things can move very quickly in either direction at the moment. So I'm not very confident in either side of the trade, really. So let's take a look at a few other things here. So we'll continue on. We'll do our analysis. And the AMD right now, a very interesting one, continues to drop lower. We actually closed at 107.56, down 2.36% on the day. I think we are approaching really the end of this move here, a fifth of a fifth inside of the C leg for this Y. I believe this is a Y leg too that we're looking to finish. If all these counts can complete, you'd have a four wave low, and you'd be set up for a major bounce higher and rally higher. Could it continue to extend lower? Absolutely, but we are looking for an impulse up at the very least, or maybe at least a three wave move up for us to really, either continue to trend down or for us to finally confirm the low, and then this wave two is going to be a definite viable dip. It's all going to depend how much it's going to retrace and how much it's going to bounce as well. So AMD is getting very close to a buy area. I'm going to be very interested into picking it up if we can find some support here. Nvidia, again, Nvidia is a very bearish setup in my opinion. I think it needs to go lower, down to like the 75 level or even the 80s. And again, it seems very unobtainable right now. But the SMH, I think the SMH is not looking too hot either. So SMH has a bearish setup. Same thing with Nvidia, and that could definitely lead us lower if it doesn't hold up. We'll cover a few more things here. We'll get on to the other stocks that everybody loves. Just scroll back up, take my time. We've been tracking PayPal for quite a bit of time. PayPal finally finished its impulse up. It's inside of this wave two. Where is this going to be a dip buy? Let's see here. I can already see that we have a nice retrace, and the daily time frame already has a pretty severe reset on the RSI. So I could actually make the case that this move is already done and it's going to be a shallow wave two, which is a very bullish setup. You're already inside the buy area. So maybe we'll actually look to pick up PayPal for the portfolio this week and maybe long it and hope for some more upside, because right now I do like the setup in PayPal. Right, PayPal is a very nice setup for more upside. Let's take a look here. We'll take a look at our list, see if there's any interesting setups. So we've been tracking Roku for quite a bit of time. Again, Roku was a dip buy down here at earnings. So I think this was in a very nice dip buy area that we had. Let me see if it actually overshot the dip buy area on earnings. It's actually very possible that the flat scenario here, what do I have? A, or is this an ABC? Wave made another high. That actually kind of looks like a 5-wave move up. Let's see. 3, 4, or 5. Yeah, you could actually make 5 waves. So that's not the B wave there. 5th wave extends this. And then you had a 3-wave move down. So let's see. C corrected, done. Now it's just getting ready. It's making a series of 1-2s, but it's getting ready to break out. I actually do like Roku right now too. There's a lot of stocks I like at the moment. Yeah, but still, the dip buy would have been invalidated due to the severity of the correction here on the earnings report. But it ultimately recovered and set up for just another dip buy, really, for Roku. So really, it's still a very bullish setup right now in Roku as long as everything holds up. So more upside should be seen. You have multiple counts, so it's getting a little bit complicated. You can get rid of a few here just to clean up the chart a little bit. But this is the setup right now. So 1, 2, 5. So this thing should continue to break out higher. Let's see what else we have. Let's look at Tesla. Right, Tesla is making its way down to the dip buy area. Again, you guys would have known that this is a corrective move. It's a B wave. It's going to extend higher, but it needs to correct down first. So Tesla is going to be in for some big swings here, up and down. But we're looking for this dip buy area right down here at 321 for Tesla. Meta has completed its third wave here. We are now looking for a wave 4 pullback unless it wants to continue to extend. But again, for more all-time highs, it is in price discovery right now. No shorts on Meta. Google, actually did not redo the chart yet on Google, but what I have on Google is actually an extension now because we actually have a race divergence, I believe, on the daily time. No, we didn't erase divergence, but we did extend the 5th wave. So let me just get rid of all this nonsense here. We had some good setups, right? We did have some nice corrective moves. So some of these are valid here. Just get rid of some. 3-wave move, ABC. No, so this is the thing, right? This is not a flat upwards. This is now a corrective move down, but it's setting up for an impulse up. So you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe another high in Google. So still set up for more upside. This is just another dip to buy. Just another dip to buy in Google. Microsoft has the only bearish chart that's holding up right now. I think Apple has a bullish chart set up. Yeah, it does. So Microsoft looks like it needs to make its way down to the 365 level. But after that, it could really just bounce back up to the highs, and then it gets its way through. So for me, I don't like Microsoft until it gets down to these levels here. And let's see, any other ones that we've been tracking? MU is making its way down to the 60s. Again, the 60s is the only level I like it. And again, these levels will be hit, just like SMCI. We had this dip buy area all the way down here when we were at the hundreds, right? We were calling for 28. Eventually, it came down, especially when we started to break these support levels. I was telling people, yep, we're probably going to come down to the 60s, or sorry, the 30s and 20s, and that's where you want to start accumulating your SMCI. Now it's set up for a 1-2 rally out of this correction here, so they could actually start to impulse back up to the hundreds, right? So it's going to be very interesting. Palantir is a very nice one as well that we set up for dip buys. Again, this was a corrective move down. But now this move is getting very extended. It's going to be doing a 3, pull back at a 4, a 5th wave, and a 5th. So still very bullish, but ultimately it's going to be setting up for a big corrective move later on. Okay, so let's see what Affirm is doing. Affirm hit our target. So again, this was a 3-wave move up, right? And never hit our target down here, but that's okay because you would have known that once you start to break this downtrend, that you're going to head towards this target here. And Affirm indeed hit the target at 75, 200% move. Wonderful, wonderful. It's nice to see that these charts are playing out over time. We give the analysis, right? a while back. Like maybe what was this? July of last year, and now we're up 200% from there. Man, we should have looked into picking up some Affirm. So we're gonna let a lot of these trades play out for us as we enter them, and let them cook. You gotta let them cook. We'll cover TLT, so we'll take a look at TLT. We'll do kind of a wrap up here. I want to take a look at the monthly candles on Market Cipher for the S&P because everything's open, everything's rallying up overnight. Pretty sure. I think the dollar is up as well. Yeah, the dollar is up, and markets are up too. So the TLT are heavily based on the yields. I actually have the yields in a dip buy area right now. So this would mean that the yields could rally so for one more high before they pull back, a severe pullback, but it's going to be another buyable dip, and you're probably going to find some support, you know, right in the middle here, somewhere around there, probably 4 or 5%, 4.5%, something like that. But it's going to be setting up for a major rally, right? Which means the TLT is going to get a big leg down, but it's going to set up for a big rally later, right? And then a crash afterwards. So the bonds are probably going to go to shit. This is where we want to dip buy bonds. This is where we want to short bonds. Looking at this move right now, if we're calling this an ABC like this, then whoops, pull this up nicely. You can make the case if the B wave is here, you can make the case that the dip buy is at 82. But I think our lower target is based on another chart, right? Not another chart, another count. What do I have here? A, B, C, W, X, Y. Yeah. Okay, so it's we're playing it out like a flat. So if that's the case, then this is gonna head all the way down to 77.81. And if it wants to do that, then that's okay. But ultimately, once you get into these two areas, preferably right around 77, and you want to go long, right? Long to the hills. But have stops below 69 because if this gets out of control, your wave two is now in, and it's a major capitulation in the bond market, and the bonds are going to go to new lows unseen before. Okay. So yeah, that's basically it. I don't have much to add for you guys. It's very straightforward. Be ready for next week. Let's take a look at our monthly counts, our monthly updates on these candles on AS&P. So nothing too much. They just change actually. So again, it's looking like the markets are very bullish at the moment in the overnight, and they want to go higher. And you want to stay long because they could probably continue to break out to new all-time highs. We are very close to the all-time high, so I would not be trying to fight this. If anything, the second you break this little bit of a downtrend here in the S&P, then you're going to be set. You're going to be set up for a big rally higher, probably to the 6,500 or who knows what, right? You're in price discovery, so everything's going to start rallying like crazy. And then we'll take a look at the weekly. So the weekly still looks bearish, I think. Is it? No, the weekly does not look bearish, actually. The weekly went from bearish to kind of neutral. It's actually still leaning a little bit more bearish than bullish. I think it's the daily that's looking bearish. Yeah, the daily has a red dot and a -3 on the dual band strength index. Same thing for the NASDAQ. Same thing for the Dow Jones. And same thing for the Russell 2000. They're all leaning bearish on these indicators at the moment. It's just like the short term. The short term is looking bullish. I believe on the S&P and the NASDAQ, yeah, they're just looking bullish right now. You still got green money flow, but I'm not making any trades in the overnight, so I'll keep you guys up to date tomorrow. Okay, have a wonderful evening. I'll catch you guys on next week's market update.